Everyone, Hobbyist here, and we are back at it again with another video. This time I want to bring my attention more so on Sasuke as a character, and kind of how he affected my views on Naruto a little bit. So, first things first that I want to start going over, I think that Sasuke's arc works for me, all the way up until his brother dies, because after Itachi's death, I felt that Sasuke was a bit more confusing in far as what his motives were, or more specifically, his actions towards fulfilling his motives. I understood that now he understands that his brother now no longer wants to seek vengeance on Itachi because he's already succeeded in that, and he realizes that Itachi's goals were bigger and that he had to, for the greater good, be the one to be the scapegoat on the Uchiha name because of Danzo and the people of the past who played a role in slaughtering the Uchiha clan. So that was something that I understood. I think that that was fine. I think everything up to Sasuke killing Danzo was fine. But when Sasuke joins, but after hearing from the Hokage of the past, and then joining the Fourth Great Ninja War, I felt that Sasuke was a bit more confusing, and here's why. Sure, he was manipulating things to where he would be the one to challenge Naruto for the title of Hokage because he had a vision through using hatred in order to be the best Hokage that he could possibly be. But I feel that his ideals didn't really line up with his actions, and here's how I personally would have altered things to where I felt that it would have been more conclusive and that we would have really started to see Sasuke's actions be irredeemable and to kind of more so earn that redemption arc. Everything would still remain the same as far as Sasuke's role in regards to fighting Madara when he becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, to when he meets the Sage of Six Paths, and to where when Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke beat Kaguya. All of that remains the same. But it's the aftermath after that that I think would have been better. And it would have been the fact that I would have first of all changed back in the Pain arc to where Kakashi actually died instead of being resurrected. Because I felt that Pain as a villain should have been already tortured enough to where even though he was a victim of his circumstances, there would have been no way to talk no jutsu him out of doing everything that he did, of killing Jiraiya, of killing Kakashi. I mean, I don't think that inside that conversation, as far as the whole Naruto being a hero sort of thing, and how he was named after Jiraiya's fictional character, I think that that would have played a role in regards to the fact that Kakashi was actually dead. Kakashi would have no role in regards to the conflict that's in the middle between Naruto and Sasuke. To where Sasuke still believes in the fact that the tailed beasts are the problem, and the fact that the Kage have been fighting to simply control the tailed beast is what's been causing all of this pain and heartache, and that he feels he should be the one to take the burden of everything. Obviously, Naruto believes in pulling people together and all that sort of thing, which is still a great conflict. But I think in order to successfully really show how far off the deep end that Sasuke would go for his dream to be the one to handle everything as his own version of a Hokage, I think that he should take it back to the Hidden Leaf Village. To where, not necessarily inside of En Valley, where, of course, the fight could still, for the most part, remain the same, but he does a couple of things in the process. He believes that he has to be the one to shoulder it, and that he has to be the one to sever the ties of everything of the old, and that Naruto should do the same. He should sever the ties of the previous Kage. And I think in order to really convince that Sasuke's gone off the deep end, instead of just simply putting Sakura in a genjutsu, what if Sasuke actually, you know, kills Sakura or severely injures her to the point to where she's practically dead but still alive, if that makes any sense. To where now we're really starting to see the darkness that is inside of Sasuke. Because even though he's been edgy and evil, I haven't felt that there's been a point in Sasuke's redemption to where he's hit his all-time low. To where he has gone so far off the deep end to where there is no chance of redemption. An attempted assassination on the Kage at the Five Kage summit early on was evil, but it wasn't irredeemable, I wouldn't think. Of course, in the world of Naruto, it would be, because you're attacking the five most important people in the entire shinobi world. But it doesn't really play a role in regards to making Sasuke feel irredeemable to where his redemption does feel earned at the end. And who knows, maybe I would have Sasuke start actually killing villagers inside of the Hidden Leaf Village. Or going so far in an extreme depth that he has to be the one to do it himself, that he is trying to control the people around him. To where he is threatening to kill people, and maybe he starts going on this descent to madness to where he initially was going to be kind to the people of the Leaf Village, but slowly but surely, because they're not following his vision, because they refuse to line up with his ideals, and that he has to be the one to shoulder everything, that Sasuke now starts to take more control. To where inside of Konoha, he is now slowly starting to kill people who disagree with him, and he's starting to become more of a tyrant rather than a faithful Hokage like he initially said he was. To where he's now going off the deep end, doing what he believes is right in regards to building his image, to where now he's killing people who are disobedient to him, whether it be people who are training to become shinobi, maybe they're people who agree with Sasuke's ideals, but aren't willing to go as far as he would in order to make his dream a reality. And it could very much parallel with Naruto, because it would kind of be a dark mirror effect, is what I was thinking, as far as like what Sasuke would be doing post Fourth Great Ninja War. To where it's one more arc, but it's with Sasuke and it's a battle of ideals. And honestly, me personally, I would have shortened the whole Kaguya fight, because everything up to Madara was what the real build was. But that's for another time. I would have cut the fourth great fourth Great War shorter, and then I would have put one more arc to where now it's Sasuke trying to take over Hidden Leaf, doing it his way, spreading his ideologies. But now his character arc is now starting to become that darker, more irredeemable before he reaches that redemption point, to where his ideals sound pure at first, being the one to shoulder all the responsibility, instead of everyone else having to die for a cause that he seems as worthless. Because at that point, I feel Sasuke has a point. He could show the consequences of the fact that we've been fighting for these tail beasts for so long. Look at all the death that's caused. Neji died because of protecting you, Naruto, because you're a Jinchuriki. But if we get rid of the Jinchuriki, the cause of the problem, then we eliminate a need for war. And I can be the one to bear that. And I'm the only one who can bear that, because Itachi, for being the black sheep of the Itachi, being the scapegoat of Hidden Leaf, in order to benefit Hidden Leaf more. And I think it would have justified Sasuke a lot more if he's now starting to take these actions inside of Hidden Leaf to where he's slowly converting some people, but then eventually going so far off the deep end where he starts turning into a tyrant, where he's a little bit more reminiscent of Madara in that regard, as far as that peace can't last forever, and that we need to take actions, and that Hokage should be the one to make the difficult decisions that no one else can. And then, either through the severely critically injured Sakura, or actually killing her off, or killing off someone else important, because of a disagreement in ideals and how extreme Sasuke has become, the conflict between Naruto and Sasuke I feel would be greatly heightened because it's more so focused on a battle of ideals. The thing is that I like to compare is that right now with My Hero Academia, the whole Paranormal Liberation War and the whole final war arc that's happening right now is all a battle of ideals. It was the same in the Fourth Great Ninja War, but Obito started all of that. I felt that Obito was just more of a simp rather than a problem with the shinobi system. Whereas with My Hero Academia, Shigaraki, and every other villain inside the League of Villains, the Paranormal Liberation Warfront, are all victims of the system that they currently live in that some quirks are going to get shunned, and that if you desire to become a hero, these are the consequences because of that, and that the system of heroes as a whole has screwed the League of Villains over. Hence why, when we get to Shigaraki's backstory, when we get to Dabi's backstory, when we get to Twice and Toga and Spinner, as far as their backstories are concerned, we understand the characters more because they have a deeper rooted problem with the actual system and believe that they are the only ones who can change that system. Whereas the heroes believe that you don't need to change the system through violence, is that there's better ways that we could still work about this. So the conflict is in the ideals. With Naruto and Sasuke, I feel that it's a conflict in ideals, but it's not really expounded upon to the same scale that I feel as My Hero Academia. Whereas, if you change the setting to where now Sasuke is going straight into Hidden Leaf Village, not just going for a climactic fight with Naruto, and of course, Sasuke would still try to kill Naruto to kill off the past and kind of move forward with life. But I feel that if you go that way, to where now Sasuke is slowly falling apart, he's slowly becoming more and more extreme with his ideals, and not realizing till later, at the very end, when both he and Naruto both lose their arms, that he had been too extreme in his ideals, and that he doesn't feel that he's atoned for everything that he's done. Maybe crazy thought, what if he kills Iruka? I think that would send Naruto right over the deep end, and it would prove just how extreme Sasuke's methods have become, how extreme Sasuke's ideals have become. Because killing Iruka and Naruto have had a relationship that has lasted since the first episode. Not saying that death always has to be the solution, but what if it was? What if we had Sasuke kill off Iruka because he feels that that connection that Naruto has is what's holding him back from becoming a great Hokage, and hence why he should be the better of the two options? What if he's the one that reveals, assuming in this alternate timeline where Pain ensures that Kakashi remains dead, that Sasuke tells Naruto that Pain killed Kakashi, yet you decided to try to have him live long enough. Yet you use this kindness, you have this kindness to yourself, but you're not willing to make the hard decisions. You're not willing to do what has to be done in order to protect the greater good. You're always trying to use your heart, Naruto, but you're not using your mind. You're not thinking for yourself. That's the problem with you, is that you're too compassionate to see the other side of what's possible. Because, let's face it, in real life, there are sometimes consequences for being too kind to people, for letting people use your kindness and take advantage of you. I think that the step to be taken there is to kind of just have Naruto reflect a little bit on just how far does kindness take you? When do you have to start using your head more than your heart when it comes to making the decisions? And all that sort of thing. And I think it would have made Naruto a better character by the end of the fight between him and Sasuke. And I think it would have helped Sasuke now, when he leaves Hidden Leaf Village, to kind of roam the terrain and to be on his own and to discover what his purpose is now, realizing the error of his ways. I think it would have made it a little bit stronger. It would have been a better send off, if you ask me. because we would have gone through this whole arc with Sasuke, and we would have had an ideological difference that would have been greatly expounded upon, that I think would have just sharpened the end of Naruto a little bit better. But I don't know. I could be wrong. This is definitely just my opinion. Do you guys agree with my thought process here? I don't have a full-fledged idea, but if you guys want to hear how I would rearrange the specifics of what this arc would be, with Sasuke trying to use his ideals and the slow turn to extremism before eventually the final conflict, where it's a conflict of ideals, please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. But otherwise, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.